Hello everybody, my name is Kennedy Silver, and today I'll be persuading you all on why we should not drink and drive due to safety risks. In 2022, there were 13,524 fatalities in motor vehicle traffic crashes in which at least one driver was alcohol impaired, according to the U.S. DOT. Out of those 13,524, you or even a family member could have been involved in one of those crashes. I have done a lot of research on this topic, so today I will be discussing the risks associated with drinking and driving, thinking of a solution to help decrease the amount of fatalities, and also explain the positive outcomes that we may get from the solutions. So let's start off discussing this issue. Drinking and driving is a major issue all around the world. When you make the decision to drink and drive, you are driving in an unsafe manner due to your vision being affected and your ability to make precise judgments are impaired, according to the Center of Addiction and Mental Health. In the United States, during the year 2019, there were roughly 74% of people arrested for drunk driving. Because drunk driving is dangerous and can lead to death, we can see that this is a problem that needs to have more awareness, and there needs to be bigger laws enforced in the U.S. to decrease these numbers. Let's come up with a solution now, since we know the major issue associated with drinking and driving. The North Carolina DOT should create laws with major consequences if caught driving while drunk or under the influence. Drivers will receive a high amount ticket along with license suspension on the first offense if caught. On the second offense, there should be a long jail or prison sentence given with no bond opportunity. Third offense, there should be a combination of both with an even longer jail sentence added. For example, Utah has the lowest drunk driving rates out of the entire U.S. The legal BAC limit for operating a vehicle in Utah is now 0.05, which is 0.03% lower than North Carolina. Utah has a law in place called the Bentley's Law, which requires a drunk driver who causes the death of a parent to financially support surviving children or the child until they turn 18. Since Utah lowered their BAC limit with the drunk driving laws, the number of fatalities linked to drunk driving decreased by 18.3%. If this change worked for Utah, North Carolina should implement it as well to see these numbers decrease. Now that we know a solution, let's discuss the positive outcomes. There are many benefits to this solution. By lowering the BAC limit in North Carolina and increasing the severity of the consequences, people will more likely drink less, since it won't take much to raise your BAC to 0.05 versus 0.08%. There will be less car accidents and less fatalities linked to drunk driving. This gives us a rough estimate of at least 14,000 lives that can be saved. Let's think about how much better the world would be if we can trust people to make better decisions and drink responsibly without overdoing it. In conclusions, we should not drink and drive. Today, we talked about why you should not drink and drive due to the risks at hand, a solution to lower the amount of deaths from drunk driving, and the benefits if we utilize the solutions given. If the solutions were utilized, you or a relative or a friend could be excluded out of those numbers. Every saved life makes a difference. If you cannot drive due to an impairment, stay where you are until you are sober, or ask someone to help you get to a safer location. Thank you for watching. That is my speech on persuading you not to drink and drive.